Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy. So we finally got control of our character. In terms of what you missed, pretty much, we took a cart in here. This is a forest kingdom, and it looks pretty cool. So, let's get going. I'll talk to this guy. Yes, I know how to accept a quest. We just need to register with the Adventurers Guild. Now, I have done the starter for a, what do you call it? A gladiator, and it seems like there's a different, starting zone for every, I think it's as a profession, job, class, essentially. And unfortunately, they were very heavy on fetch quests. Yeah, I know what the duty list is. They were very heavy in fetch quests, which I thought was rather unfortunate. But we'll see if this one's any different. Here's the map. The map's... it's nice when you're focused in on it, but I suppose I'm just that used to the way Warcraft does its map that I think it's a little bit more intuitive. Because it just appears, you can see the entire world, zoom in wherever you want. I think that's a better way to do things, but it doesn't really matter. Let's talk to this NPC, finish our quest. Okay, random loading screen. Not a very detailed book, I'll say that. Now this is, unfortunately, the reason I'm skipping through this is because I've already done it on another character, and the game bombards you with mountains of text from many characters that all amount to go to place X and do thing Y. So that's the thing. So she's just schooling us about our duties as an adventurer. Talking about outsiders, blah blah blah. Okay, we have two common groups of bandits called the Zal. Yeah, okay. Alright then, let us get going because this is even more quest text that I'm used to be having thrown at me. It's funny, it nearly sounds like this would be better served as being voice acted, although it would run into the Star Wars The Old Republic problem where the voice acting just gets annoying. Like in The Old Republic it was cool for the first 2-3 hours, and then you just find yourself skipping through all of the dialogue because it was just so dull and tedious having to listen through it, even for, the smallest of fetch quests. So yeah, she's an elf. Elves are, proportionally, they're quite different to humans. They're not, I mean, they're usually the sort of big, tall, and slender thing, but they seem to be kind of wide. I don't know, really. They also have very pointy ears, which is the usual. He's talking about how it's his sworn duty to uphold the peace. And, yeah, apparently he doesn't want me to cause any trouble. Which seems fair enough. Seems like a bit of a dick, if I'm honest. Mother of God, if I wanted to read this much, I'd get a book. And there are probably better books. Oh, wow, that could have been done in so little time as to what they ended up doing. Okay. You completed our quest. Learn well the wisdom, go forth and discover the adventures that await me. Alright. So important quests are called main scenario quests, which have that icon. Okay, that's good to know. Let's have a look around here. I'm frapsing this so it's running at 30 frames, but usually it is a solid 60. And usually on the map you can see all the different quests are. It's nice having the available quests showing up on the map. I think that's... oh, whoops. Let's talk to you. Oh good. Fraps has went up to 60 frames, that's nice. You probably won't notice it for the video. Oh god. So much. Oh, we need to visit the Antheride or whatever. It's pretty much like your little hub place. Okay, this is actually mirroring the Gladiator one, where you basically go do a few tasks, and on the way you'll find lots of sort of inconsequential little quests to do things that introduce really the basic fetch quests that we've had for a very long time. Now, thankfully, we do get some combat quests through this, and maybe around the 10-15 minute mark, that's when we will be able to start getting into combat. Currently in combat, I've done it for the warrior class. I think it was the gladiator. I'm not sure. it was pretty much, it was World of Warcraft, let's be honest. You know, hotkeys and stuff. So it wasn't kind of action-based like Aeon or anything like, or not Aeon. I always get Aeon and Terra mixed up for some reason. It's still very much the traditional hotkey MMO. But honestly, I don't think that's too much of a bad thing, because I think a hotkey system that's done well can be very good. It can be very responsive, and it can give you a lot of tactical depth and lots of options. So I think that's not an inherent bad thing. So talk to that person who wants us to speak with. Chanceltoop. That's an interesting name. Let's attune ourselves. There really are quite a lot of people here. It gives us these random black screens all the time. Oh, character here. The Wood Whalers seem to be the local guards. She's going to tell us about the crystal. Yes, so that's essentially a fast travel system. When you return and teleport spells, we'll take you about the place. Yeah, okay. Pretty much we move from each one to the next, doing all the quests and that kind of thing. And I can now use the return spell, so that's nice. We are getting up places in the world. And it's the home icon down there. Okay, cool. I kind of wish the map wouldn't turn, it wouldn't instantly turn transparent, but whatever. So the Carpenter's Guild apparently have a quest for us. Deliver a forgotten item. We can do that. So the close to home quest will take us into there. There's a few different things around here, so we'll do them first. Now, interesting, I think all characters start with a sprint ability. That's very nice. In the early game, before you have a mount, you can move places faster, and I almost think that's a nice thing. It's like, I'm just going to close the curtain in front of me. There we go, now I can actually see. One thing I did notice about this game is it has a good day-night cycle, and it has weather that actually impacts the world. I'm very happy to see that. I think that's one thing I miss in Warcraft, is that it doesn't have that kind of really impactful day-night cycle. And funny, I think it used to back in the day, and they removed it. I'm not sure. Anyway, now we're in this place. Carpenter's Guild, full of carpenters. Apparently this is not where our quest is. But detailing is pretty nice across the board. Places feel inhabited. It certainly seems like I'm in the right place. Maybe those NPCs just didn't load or something. Or maybe I was an idiot and didn't see them. It's probably more likely. This person must bow. It's just the emote training one. I'll need to go around members of this guild and /bow them. Because, you know, that's gameplay. And this person says hi. Okay, we have weird anime. Oh god. Well, I'm sure the furries will love that. Okay, this person wants us to use /. No, we've already talked to you. Maybe we can just /bow this person again to get it over with. Oh wait, no, /joy. This is groundbreaking stuff here. Okay. She thinks we're odd. I think she's right. Oh god, now we need a /dance. I'm assuming that's what we needed to do. Okay. That's a more traditional kind of dance. Mogu. Well, the Mogu are one of the main enemies in World of Warcraft at the minute, so hey. But I'm sure that's not what that person's getting at. Okay, well, after that hyper interesting quest is done, we can hopefully get on to things that are worth something. Talk to this guy. There we go. That's that quest done. We've talked to him. Let's zoom out a little bit. Alright, we'll finish up our quests here, see if we can get more quests that are outside in the main world. Another nice thing, sprint lasts a good time, a good amount of time. You can sprint for 20 seconds on a 30-second cooldown, so that's nice. Maneuverability is a great thing, actually. I think most of our quests are just to go out to old GRIDANIA? I think it's GRIDANIA. Yeah, let's go out to old GRIDANIA. Maybe this will get us into some combat. That would be very nice. In terms of how I play this game, the majority is just going to be like this. You know, I think, who was, yes, Total Biscuit, he was talking about, this was just through the whole controversy about this game and the no monetization in YouTube, which they have thankfully repealed. He was saying the best way to look at an MMO is just to do a long-term playthrough of it. And, you know, he's usually pretty against Let's Playing, and I guess so am I, but for an MMO, I think it's the best way to get people to see actually what the game's like from moment to moment. We'll talk to this guy. Handing over items does this interesting little system. I think it's needlessly clunky, but it still, the game, it makes it work. Why not just, you know, talk to the guy and have it automatically do that? I don't know. That said, it could be a good case against streamlining, so let's see how that plays out in time. Okay, that guy is called Eat a Dick Faggot Game. Okay, that's lovely. You're clearly a classy and noteworthy individual. Yep. Otherwise known as a complete prick. Talk to this guy. The Darth Vader Morse, or whatever the hell you're called. We're in the Ebony Stalls. What does this guy want us to do? Obtain a length of bramble. Okay, so we're just going around the various vendors collecting items for this guy. It's cool. Right now we moved into the city proper. It's kind of like a woods elf city, which is cool. Elf cities can look cool. Talk to this person. We have a bone spearhead from him. And something from her. A pot of beeswax. Alright. It does, these quests, they do actually seem, I know they're not the most interesting in terms of gameplay, but at least they're doing things that like would actually be done in a fantasy world, which is good for immersion, so in essence I do approve. That looks kind of cool, actually. There's a deep mist around the forest, which sounds entirely reasonable. Forests do tend to get rather misty. I'm going to the barracks. Fun stuff usually happens around the barracks, so... Hello? Deal with the squirrel... Deal with the squirrel problem? What sort of weak-minded fool do you think I am that can't deal with squirrels? This guy, we need to give him... this, the beeswax, the rope. There we go. Get some earth shards. I don't know what the shard system is, so we'll have to find that out at some point. Classes. Yeah, currency's guild, just like normal. Tributes. How do we add them? We don't have any points because we haven't leveled. Oh god. This has got a leveling system that asks you to add stats. That actually means it might be possible to gimp your character. I'd assume there are talent respecs though, so should be fine. Anyway, we need to get ourselves to the right part of the city, which does not involve going for a dip in that river. In terms of like art style, it definitely it has its art style. It definitely feels like it's doing its thing. However, I find some things to be curiously lacking in detail. For an example, those rocks, the polygons very much stick out. Some of the textures are rather low, which is weird. I'll just double check here that it hasn't reset any of my settings. I don't believe it has though. See, system config, I should have everything maxed. Disable, random of objects. Visible. Yes. HR enabled. Low quality models. Nope. Everything here is on high. Best. Strong. Screen-based ambient occlusion, that's... Oh god. I won't put that on. Anyway, let's get into the game. I'm just going to go in here. Cool stuff. Oh, that is a very blue tent. They are not messing around about the blueness of their tent in this city. This guy just wants it to hand over the toolbox. There you go. Enjoy your toolbox. May you make many pleasant things with it. Woohoo! Level up. We have learned Straight Shot. Affinity, Arc, Bird. I don't know what that means. GLA, PGL, MRD. None of these seem to have any combos, so maybe this class doesn't use the combo system that the Gladiator does. Deliver a message from him. We'll talk to this guy. Let's get all the quests. And what does this person want to do? Help her tidy up. You know, it's unfortunate to say, but so far the quests are completely mirrored to that of the other starting area I did. Just kind of, I mean, they're not even reskinned. Well, they are sort of. The last time I was collecting 6 piles of money on the floor instead of 6 vegetable offerings, so I mean, I know they need to teach us these things, but perhaps they could do it in a different order, or I don't know, less than a wholesale, okay, this is what the starting zone is, let's just repurpose it for all the different classes. I guess I am used to having the kind of Warcraft style of every race having a very specific and unique starting zone. Apart from those who... Actually, no. Well, none of them share starting zones anymore, so... Yeah. This guy, hit complete. There we go. Maybe some quests over here. We do not want to miss those. Wow, there is lots to do. I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but in general I just like to pick up all the quests, hand in all the quests, you know, quest stack, that kind of thing. To this person who seems to be a mage. Get through that dialogue. Honestly, there's so much dialogue in this that unless you were being really heavy into the role playing, I don't really think it would be too palatable to you. To this guy, pick up some scattered herbs for him, her. Well, we can do that. Oh. Some rose hips, I think that's one of the ones she wants. Well, she's very lazy because, you know, they're kind of right beside where she's standing. Let's get all these things gathered up. Not much to say. We are most certainly gathering herbs off the ground. I mean, for the starting experience, maybe they could have broken out some of the really cool stuff, started you off with a bit of story, something to really set you off in your adventure instead of, what? Really? You're running around as a naked, furry person? Okay, not naked, but I don't know. Some of the character design is a little bit off to me sometimes. I know it's a stylistic thing, but I remember Jesse Cox's video on, I think it was Terra, and he was just looking through some of the more cutesy races at the female characters and just saying, the FBI are going to break down my door any minute because this should be illegal. Whatever. It's Japan. I think there's some things that, if they're not really your kind of thing you're used to, you just need to stomach them for the sake of getting onto the game, which is probably underneath all that stuff well designed. Let's hang that over, hand that over. Quest complete. Now we're just going to move through. We'll visit this area in the map first. We're coming up in 20 minutes, and I don't like throwing up videos that are more than 20 minutes because people don't watch them. It's amazing. The average view time in YouTube is about 3 minutes. And, well, that's for most videos anyway. Longer form stuff's probably about 10, but yeah, surprising. To well do. I know, I mean, even without going heavy into the quest text, I still feel like I know what's going on, so that's cool. Oh, we could go back and do that quest. I just couldn't be bothered. Let's go in here, see what this is. Conjurer's Guild. Seems to be in a hollowed out tree. Right now, I just need to find a suitable place to end the video. Oh wait, our quest was back here. Where's the NPC? Incense and sensibility. Where is the thing? Look at my journal. Speak with Briar. Oh, okay, it just took a minute for the NPC to load in. Okay, we have a key item. Which we apparently need to use. Oh, we have another quest for actually. Bring her some scarlet oil. I'm assuming this is a go out into the world and do something quest. So we need to use this key item on the sensor. I do like how the cast bar is very specific with timing. I think that's really nice. That's good. Okay, use again. So far, music is... it's really the standard Final Fantasy affair, so you're probably, you know, you'll know what to expect. I'll talk to this person again. Hand in the quest. Ether is mana. I'll just take HP. That said, I'm like a ranged class, so I don't really know if I want to be getting in too much up close combat. So it seems like, yeah, the city is split into this outer bit, which is the old city, and then the inner bit, which is the new city, something like that. Need to get into New GRIDANIA. I'll finish off these two quests and then we'll kill off the video. Just for a look at the character screen. I'm assuming that since I'm an archer, dexterity is going to be my main ability. Now, one thing I don't like is these constant load screens. I'm used to a completely seamless world that only has load screens when going from continent to continent, so I must admit, it is rather jarring. It definitely is rather jarring to have that. A bonus, have we got any points from leveling up? Doesn't seem like that. Perhaps that's the kind of complexity that they will introduce to us later on. Certainly quite bright, very misty and bright. I suppose that's a kind of weather that can happen. I'm going to go over here into the old city again. Interesting, seems like we're just moving from place to place. I guess this was the fastest way cutting through the new city. I think the city looks pretty cool. Give it that. You know, it's not looking for the grandeur thing, it's more looking for just the overall kind of earthy feel, and it certainly does nail that quite well. Once the load screen finishes. Okay, I'm not cool to... What? Are you telling me to go there for the quest and then telling me to go back here? Damn it, map. What are you doing? Okay, so the map's drunk. I just want to finish off these boring little starter quests. And it's the kind of thing, like, I do feel that I should let people know what the start of the game's like. In case they're expecting anything crazy. It's one of those shard things. This is called I'm a Millicent, Hear Me Roar. Well, that's a pretty snazzy building. The Leather Workers Guild, we're back here. Hello, Millicent. Okay. Sheesh. Looks like a good adventure is hard to come by. Speak with Chanceltoop. Well, apparently this is in New GRIDANIA, so we go into here. Oh, sorry, GRIDANIA. Whatever. Thingamajigania. Wait for the load screen to finish. The load screen, I'm not the biggest fan of this. Just, come on, make your world seamless. Computer hardware can deal with it these days. And, you know, if your MMO, if you are worried about hardware constraints, then it should be able to scale back enough. But I really think that in a world that's supposed to feel living and breathing, it's of the utmost importance that there are no load screens or anything to break you from that world. But anyway, I think we just go to the Archers Guild. I know, that's where I'll kill off the video. After this, the next video will be combat, probably. We'll be out into the world, questing and adventuring. And I noticed a increasing, you know, a lot more, I was enjoying it a lot more on my other character when I did jump out into the main world. So hopefully that'll be fun to watch. Still, right now, until the new patch comes out for World of Warcraft in a week or two, well, you know, 10 days really, there's not much to talk about. Which is why, you know, in terms of like content on the channel, it's been a little bit off. It's not been as the usual kind of like a new thing every day. Oh no, it means 2 to 3 videos every day, but not the crazy new sort of me trying to do ultra interesting things every day. All in all, I know. Wow, there's lots of quests here. Yes, I do want to join the Archers Guild. I'm an archer. Talk to this person, the Guildmaster. This is going to be one of these mountains of clicking. At the end of the day, in a video like this, I don't want to read everything out. It would take 10 times longer, and I just don't think it would be fun. Dedicate myself to archery. Yes, I do. Yeah, this is still exactly mirroring the Gladiator start. Oh god. I'm just going to continue this video so we can get through this stuff and get out into the world. So the next video can just start on the interesting stuff and keep along that line. And I think we're nearly there. Yes, go slay the forest Frungars, wherever a Frungar is. There we go. We will just need to finish this close to home quest. And make use of the very useful sprinting mechanic, which I like. Good work, game. Where's ability? What do we use? MP? No, we're not a magic class, so we use TP. What a magic TP. It's usually one that's tied to dexterity. That wouldn't make sense, just because, you know, sprinting uses TP, and then these abilities are also dexterity based, and you'd assume sprinting is to do with dexterity. Now we're back at this place, which is where we started off our video. We need to talk to the registrar person once she appears. Anytime now. Nice interiors to these buildings, though. They certainly do feel like places. Quite the population as well. You, sir, wearing no pants. Okay. We'll talk to this person, get this done with, and then we can get out into the world and have fun! Because we like fun. Quest complete, yes indeed, right. Come on, come on, come on. Blech. Do you still have something we need to talk to you about? No, we don't. Oh, but we have another quest, don't you worry. Perhaps has the NPC not appeared, or is it down here? Oh, can't jump, so we just need to run around the old-fashioned way. Oh, pets. That's kind of cool. Is it in here? Ah, this is the airship dock. Oh, airships. Airships are cool. I like airships in games. Tired. Oh yeah, her next quest seems to be a higher level quest. Yeah, I was just waiting for that quest to appear. Right now they're having severe server problems. I tried to do this video last night, but I couldn't, like, no one could get into the EU servers. That's pretty crazy. And they didn't even seem to be implementing queuing either. It was just everyone keep on refreshing, keep on trying to get in. And what that means is the servers are just being pounded even harder, because they're not just putting people in a queue server and then filtering them on through, you know, letting them on through into the main game worlds. Whatever. Wow, we're nearly hitting on 30 minutes for this video. So as you can see, the first 30 minutes of the game, they're not really full of crazy gameplay. If you're one of my, you know, regular subscribers and you're used to like the Goblin starter zone, which has you in a hot rod and doing crazy shit, blowing up islands and having, you know, crazy fun stuff. That said, it is the most absurd starting zone ever. And if you're expecting that, you're probably not going to find it, at least with the races that I've used. I need to talk to her. Give her this very important message, which I'm sure I care about. I wonder if they, like, end up, using more interesting quest mechanics in this game. Just like, you know, the way, like, say, WoW has its vehicle tech, Guild Wars has some similar stuff. I saw these things called Fates. They're pretty much world events. They're quite cool. Is that a boat? Yeah, it's a pier. So we need to finish a hard nut to crack. And then see a way of the archer. Just go outside the city and do that stuff. Okay. But I just want to tie up all my odds and ends in the city first. Because at the end of the day, just the way these quests are all here, I assume that you're supposed to do them in this order. Wow, drop below 30 frames. It's interesting, the frame rate is highly variable. Now that does scream of perhaps not the best optimization. Often MMOs, they're very well optimized for low-end systems, but then when you move on to high-end hardware, they're not very well optimized. In terms of visual fidelity, I'm actually kind of considering doing a direct comparison at some point of this with Guild Wars 2. Because I'm not really sure if which looks better, and bearing in mind, of course, this is at least based off a 2010 game. I don't know. I'm trying to work out this hard not to crack quest. Let's just look at it in the journal. Speak with Bonamont. Yeah, this is kind of annoying actually, the way it's taking time for all the characters to load in. I know there is a way of activating first person, I'm not too sure how. There we go. Hello, Bonamont. Or Barna. Elf dude. Okay, now time to go into the North Shroud. Yeah, out into the world. And this is probably where I'm going to leave you. For this video. Yeah, that seems like the best way to do things. And hey, we're in the forest. Rather picturesque, I would say. And yeah, we're out in the world. That's nice. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of the series. We'll be getting into some more heavy gameplay stuff. But until then, you'll have to wait. Thank you for watching. And if you like the video, please hit that like button and subscribe. Helps me out a ton. And with that, I'll see you next time.